Does dark coffee have more caffeine in it? Truthfully, no, it doesn't. People often talk about this. They think that the darkness will make it a strong blend. It's not going to. So you see, it's been roasted for a longer period of time, which would mean that there's less caffeine in there because it's had heat turning those oils into gases, and it would have lost some. However, one thing it won't lose is that intensity of flavor. It is a great way to being to switch to cut down on your coffee intake because it will mean that you can sit on one cup longer and sip it. So, the difference between single origins and blends are this: single origins are one type of bean, and blends are a multiple variety of them. Generally, different amounts of different beans from different countries put in there. Single origins are good for black coffee, whereas blends are better for milk based coffee. However, most blends are all rounders, so you can use them for a black coffee as well. You get different flavors pulling through with both. So a blend might have some chocolatey notes, it might have some caramel notes to it, whereas a single origin could be like a fairly floral blend. Could be nutty. There's so many different types there. Like you can have the same type of green bean that two different roasters use and will pull out different flavors. There's seasonal, so each bean will have an optimal time when it's picked, which will highlight the flavors that come out with it. So you can get like sour to sweet. So there was this blend I had one time in a roastery that was very, very sweet and smooth. I asked the roaster what the bean tasted like when it was just the shot. And he told me it was actually quite sour. I had a sip of it and was taken aback by how sour it was. It was like sucking a lemon. And I asked him what the reason for that was. And he told me that sourness is a good measurement for how sweet the bean will be. Because you've got like 10, 12, I don't know exactly, but like a few grams of sugar in the milk. So if you heat it up right and you pour it, the sourness will be brought out as sweetness, which I thought was really cool. So our local roasteries will normally have a fair few different choices on there. They'll have a couple of different blends. You can have, a sweet smooth blend, a bold strong blend. That was like the setup of my other roastery. Yeah, they'll also have like a fair few different single origins on with different ranges of flavors. So if you kind of have a brew method set, make sure that you go down to your local roastery and have a chat with them because chances are they'll have something beautiful to put with it. So yeah, the flavor complexities of wine, for instance, have about 260 different tasting notes, whereas coffee has about 80. It's nowhere near as much, but there's still a good variety in there, and the science works the same. The kind of coffee you're drinking will pair or complement the food that you're eating as well, as long as you get the right flavors with it. So yeah, there you go. There's a little bit about the beans and how to pick the best beans to build that amazing brew.